In a basics video, I told you Photoshop's interface can't be read. Absolutely true. But Photoshop has a much bigger door, open for 20 years, its scripting interface. Everything you do by hand, resizing, cropping, exporting, working with layers, applying filters, has a matching command, and Magic Automa can fire from a button. In this video, we look at the Photoshop script action, your scripts, community scripts, and 3 ready-made demos from the package. By the end, you'll have a button that does in one click what takes 10 steps by hand. How it works. Photoshop scripts are text files with the JSX extension, JavaScript in Adobe's dialect, called ExtendScript. Magic Automa sends them to Photoshop from the outside through the official scripting interface. Nothing gets installed inside Photoshop. No plugin needed. One rule. Photoshop must be running. If it's closed, the action tells you clearly instead of launching it behind your back. And if you do want it launched, there's an option for that. Your scripts live in the Photoshop scripts folder of Magic Automa's documents, and 3 ready-made demos are already there. The action has 3 fields. The script path, and if the file sits in the Photoshop scripts folder, the name alone is enough, no full path. The arguments, which we'll get to in a moment, and the checkbox that starts Photoshop if it's closed. Let's start with the first demo, Test Info. It asks Photoshop who it is and what's open. Run, and the answer lands in the log, version, open documents, size, and resolution of the active document. Looks like nothing, but it proves the channel works. Whatever the script returns, Magic Automa shows. And that's true for any script. The last line is the value that comes back. Second demo. It exports the active document as a JPEG to the desktop. And here comes the important piece, arguments. You type the values in the actions box, and the script receives them in the MA_arguments array. The first is the JPEG quality, the second, optional, the file name. 90, high-quality export. I switch it to 60 and rerun. Same button, lighter file. It's the same script, only the parameter changes. Think in buttons. Print quality JPEG, email JPEG. 1 script, 3 buttons, 3 presets. And now the demo that shows the real power. Rounded corners. 1 click. The script duplicates the layer. The original stays safe, hidden. Rounds the corners, making them transparent. And, if you want, strokes a frame along the edge. By hand, that's a good 10 steps of selections, smoothing, inverting, deleting, and stroking. The arguments: corner radius, border width, color and hex. Radius 80, red border. I changed 2 numbers and rerun. Export as PNG and the corners stay transparent. Perfect for thumbnails and the web. How far can you push it? The scripting interface covers practically all of Photoshop. Documents, layers and groups, text, selections, channels, filters, history, export. A loop over the open documents, and you've got batch processing. 1 line, and you apply a filter with precise, repeatable parameters. And you don't have to start from scratch. The web is full of ready-made scripts. The Photoshop community has been writing them for 20 years, and the JSX files you find or have written for you work as they are. Drop them in the folder, call them from a button. To recap, the Photoshop script action paths relative to the scripts folder, arguments in MA_arguments. The last line comes back in a log, and Photoshop running, or the checkbox that starts it for you. Next video, for everyday operations you won't even need a script. There are ready-made actions, and one of them is a little piece of magic we built with these very scripts. You'll see.